Hello once again all of you. So I am back with my another audio article. So I have chosen this article because we have already last week भी हमने एक article read किया था इसके बारे में which was talking about Kabul only. Okay, so it was a wonderful article. Although उसमें काबुल की जो ladies हैं जो women हैं उनके स्टेटस को पे एक क्वेश्चन रेज किया था उसमें काफी सारे कि उनकी वहां पर क्या हालत है उसके बारे में बात की थी। आज हम थोड़ा सा इस तरीके से बात कर रहे हैं इस आर्टिकल में कि हाउ मच द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन द इस्लामिक कॉपरेशन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन द हेल्पिंग काबुल इन coming back on its track. So ये उसके ऊपर ही है. So let me just start reading it. Vying for influence over Kabul. The Arab Gulf is poised to become an important player once again in Taliban-ruled Afghanistan. On December 19, Pakistan hosted a special session of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation to address the crisis in Afghanistan. The Taliban, which took over Kabul in August after a 20-year-long war with the US, also attended. Saudi Arabia added weight to Pakistan's call for the meeting. The humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan is peaking with no basic amenities available for its population and a harsh winter ahead. While Pakistan hosted the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, India played host to foreign ministers of Central Asian states where Afghanistan topped the agenda as well. All the attending countries, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, also OIC members, chose to prioritize deliberations with New Delhi. Within the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, there have been other fissures at play too, specifically among the Gulf states that are now spilling over the issue of Afghanistan and determining influence over the country's new regime led by the Taliban. Qatar's growing clout. The centrality of Saudi Arabia's presence during the Organization of Islamic Cooperation session comes after Riyadh maintained a certain distance over the developments involving the US, the Taliban, and the erstwhile Afghan government of President Ashraf Ghani. Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Pakistan were the only three countries that had officially recognized the previous Taliban government in 1996 until its fall in 2001. However, that was a great era, and 20 years is a long time in geopolitics. Fast forward to the 2010s, and it was the small but rich state of Qatar which became the meditating force on Afghanistan. Doha hosted the official Taliban political office from 2013 to allow negotiation with the US. In the early 2010s, Saudi funding found its way into Afghanistan as a Salafist and Wahhabi ecosystems attempted to anchor themselves, although many argue unsuccessfully. Qatar's new role in Afghanistan gave it significant diplomatic and political visibility the world over. India's first point of official public diplomatic contact with the Taliban took place in Doha when Ambassador Deepak Mittal met Sher Mohammad Abbas Stangzai, head of Taliban's political office, there in August 2021. However, this was not the only geopolitical flashpoint Doha was getting deeply involved in. In West Asia, Qatar's growing clout and ambition alike was causing unease in the traditional power centers in Abu Dhabi and Riyadh, specifically on issues such as the leadership's support for political Islam and organizations such as the Muslim Brotherhood. Fundamental changes. In 2017, these fissures broke the levee within the Gulf Cooperation Council as the UAE and Saudi Arabia initiated an economic blockade against Doha in the hope of reining the kingdom in and disallowing it from pursuing its geopolitical designs that were challenging the long held power status quo. This 4 year long impasse ended in 2021. However, these 4 years created fundamental changes within the larger Arab Gulf construct. Qatar mitigated risk and moved closer towards Turkey and Iran. In 2017, Turkey moved troops to Qatar to make sure that the monarchy of the Al Thani family survives any attempt against it, before protecting the share itself. Today, both Qatar and Turkey are bidding to operate a landlocked Afghanistan's airport under the Taliban regime. For the Gulf specifically, Qatar's punching above its weight approach in geopolitics was also making it more powerful and influential with Washington DC. To mitigate this, the Saudis played a central role during the recent OIC special session. They repaired their broken relationship with Pakistan, where Riyadh had repeatedly cold shouldered the government of Prime Minister Imran Khan. During this period as well, Doha played its cards, and in 2019, at the height of Islamabad and Riyadh tension, offered an economically ailing Pakistan a $3 billion bailout. However, Pakistan's dubious kingmaker status in Afghanistan and influence over the Taliban has now made Rawalpindi's agency on the issue inexorable. This is highlighted by the UAE's recent decision to allow former Afghan government officials find sanctuary in the country, but reportedly curb their participation in political activities, including on social media. The Arab Gulf is poised to become an important player once again in Afghanistan under the shadow of the Taliban. In 2015, Narendra Modi became the first Indian Prime Minister to visit the UAE in 34 years. Abu Dhabi is expected to be the first foreign visit in January 2022. Over the past decade, India has recognized the importance of middle powers in the Arab Gulf to a fast evolving global order, from fighting against terrorism to neo diplomacy challenges such as Afghanistan. So thank you all of you, and I'm really sorry for the voices that coming in between the audio article. I couldn't really help it. It's all the traffic that is near my house. So I'm sorry if something sort of that is disturbing you. Rest, I hope that this will help you. I have also uploaded the editorial words, so you can just go and watch that video. Also can download the document. I have already saved it in the Google Drive and shared the link on description box. Also, please like, share, and subscribe, and do the positive commenting for motivation, because that will be, keep me going. Thank you all of you. Have a great day ahead.